Hello everyone, welcome to the Portland Arms. Welcome to our beer festival. Obviously it's great to be able to put on an event when the Cambridge Beer Festival can't go ahead for the second year in a row. We've got some exciting beers on, available all throughout this week until Bank Holiday Monday. So we've decided to do this Meet the Brewer / blind tasting event, and we hope you'll enjoy it. I've just got Chris in the process of pouring the first samples. So yeah, until then, So the brewers we have in attendance are David Smith from Rocket Ales. I don't know if the mic is live. You'd like to say hello?
Hello there.
Hi, David. And Chris from Papworth Brewery as well. Hi there. David Smith, I've known you for a little while now. Your beer is always good, so it's good to be able to have one of your beers in the range. Chris, this is our first beer from you, actually.
It is.
Yeah, I actually got a bottle of your beer from Coton Orchard. Free plug there. And I really enjoyed it, and I got in touch with Sherry, and that's why you're here today. I'm just going to chase Chris out, actually.
Okay, so as you know that we're not able to have a beer festival on Jesus Green this year, so what we're doing is promoting pubs, and this is the way we're doing it, going into venues and seeing what they've got to offer. There are lots of events going on around Cambridge. This is the first one I've been to. We'll see how it goes. Anybody else want to have a comment?
No, you're sitting there in silence. Much more fun watching you squirm.
Yeah.
I'd like to commend whoever came up with the logo for the glasses and things. That's just brilliant. Who was that?
That was John Proctor, who does the artwork normally.
Yeah.
It's
absolutely perfectly pitched, yeah.
The concept might have been me. I'll take credit for it. Actually making it artwork.
So beer is coming around the tables for people to sample the first beer. Apologies for those of you at home that can't participate in this aspect of it. We'll try and describe what we're getting from the brewers. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate. Have you got enough? 4 more. Okay, lovely. So, ladies and gents, if you'd like to start taking notes, this is our first sample. Once we've had a look, had a taste, and had a smell, we'll compare notes, and I'll tell you what the beer is and a little bit about it.
The first aspect is sight. So if we hold the beer up to the light and have a look, see how clear it is, the colour and the condition of it. We're looking for very tiny bubbles when you swirl it around. You're getting good condition there. And just settling from the bottom up to the top. So in terms of sight, you want to note the colour, clarity, and condition, basically.
It's a good word, clarity.
Yeah. Has anybody got any comments initially from the side of it?
Very nice, pale, golden clear,
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
nice hoppy nose to it, which is quite nice.
Yeah, so as
Cider, obviously.
Simon's taken us onto the aroma, if we have a good smell of it. Looking primarily for hops in there, which it seems to have.
If anyone can name the specific hop, I'd be very impressed.
Afraid not from here.
It's not, no, it's not Challenger.
Quite nice hop there, it's got nice grassiness to it as well.
Definitely, yeah.
Greenness to it.
Yeah.
So onto the flavour then. Yeah, Simon said very fresh, very crisp.
Yeah, if anyone missed that, it was grassiness was the descriptor. Anyone else? Anyone got any good descriptors?
I just put like golden because they really don't want to do it.
Light golden, says Hayley, stating the obvious.
Tastes nice.
Tastes nice. No, we love it.
So with the flavour, you get the initial hit, and then the length of the flavour, and obviously what you're left in the mouth, what's left in the mouth afterwards. So whether it's dry, this is slightly bitter at the end, so it dries out quite nicely. No, no, just nice and pleasant.
I think there's a bit of citrus in the hop.
Definitely.
When you hear
Yeah.
the smell,
Yeah.
it's not like some freshly cooked lemon.
Anybody else?
No.
Personally, I like that dry taste in the throat afterwards. Makes it want to keep drinking. Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
There's definitely a lingering bitterness, it's not unpleasant.
No.
Yeah, it sticks around. Sure.
Okay, is it time to name the beer?
Yeah. So this beer is Trinivanti's Gold from Colchester Brewery. 4.3%. The descriptors are golden hoppy beer, light fruit flavour with Aurora hops.
Not one I'm familiar with, Aurora.
No?
Not had any of that before.
We use Colchester Brewery a lot for our beers, and their beers are always good.
So we've got two brewers here. Have either of you used Aurora before? No? I think Sam's just gone off to organise beer number 2. Is that right, Sam? You just gone to organise beer number 2.
Exactly, yes.
Okay. How many have you got? 6.
6, yeah. Yes, 6 beers today, ranging from light to dark.
It's good light stuff.
Yeah.
What's the strength of this one, do you know?
4.3%.
4.3. Good session strength.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that was intentional. It will get stronger.
We'll creep down that path, are we?
Exactly, yeah.
I'm just going to grab some water. Did you want some?
I'm all right.
It's going to refresh the palate between beers.
I set the beer festival up this morning, so I obviously had to check every ale
Yeah.
before I decided whether
It's a dirty job.
Yes. Well, I was half drunk at 11 a.m.
Well, so I work on the cellar team at Cambridge, so we have to probably control everything. So yeah, okay, hard life.
Yes, absolutely. Chris is just pouring and now distributing our next beer.
Yeah, it's coming around.
David, you might recognise this one.
I wonder if that's a hint. I need as much help as I can get.
So have you been elsewhere, Peter, doing other events like this?
This is my first one. I was working yesterday, so it's
Okay.
an opportunity I've had. I did book the week off, but you know, some work had to go in. So yeah, so hopefully get around a few more pubs during the week.
Very good.
We'll go to the Maypole tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Flying Pig have also got something else. I might try and pop in there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I understand glass has got distributed to 30 pubs.
Yeah, I took a few round some of the Royal pubs, about 8 or 9 of them on Saturday morning. All gratefully received.
Yeah, absolutely.
Went out as far as Roughacre Brewery.
Oh, really?
They've got a tap room there. They've moved out to Clare in Suffolk.
Yeah.
So they're slightly outside our branch area, but they're still part of, you know, beers that we've had at the festival as a local. And yeah, they started the tap room there on the new brewery site. We took some there. They're having an event on Friday. They're doing pickups and deliveries.
Yeah.
Saturday they've got all 7 of their beers.
He's still got it.
Well, it is actually. Not the one who died on the toilet.
Apparently all male names in Lithuania have blended in as so somebody, I guess, decided that, I mean, I assume it was like Twitter girl.
I think so, yeah. I know we must have had Andromeda from Wilson. They actually, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Andromeda is a Milton brew that they brought back specifically for
Right.
I was having a little bit of trouble sourcing beers that were more red in colour.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure you found this. It's either white or dark.
More where the small bubble was
So Anthony has asked, how many beers are available at the Portland Beer Festival? Are they locally brewed? Yes, 18 real ales we have on, also 4 real ciders. They will be available all throughout the week until Bank Holiday Monday. And they are mostly locally brewed, yes. I deal primarily with local brewers. So, ladies and gents, has everyone got their second brew? Fantastic. So if you'd like to do the same, hold up to the right, check for clarity, word of the day.
Anybody got any comments on the look of it? Colour-wise?
It's an amber, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely an amber.
It's a nice orangey amber.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to have as much condition as the last one. So, no, I agree with you. It's very light.
Yeah. And it's got a slight haze to it, I think. Very, very slight.
Yeah.
Hazy as the attribute.
Yep.
I drink so much coffee, that's what my ear is. So whatever you like.
What do we think about the nose, guys? Say again? Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting it.
More malt. It's almost like wheat bix.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Definitely more like when you're driving on the A14 at 6:30 in the morning. It's holding down the smell of the weed.
We've had a comment over here. It's slightly smoky.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm getting that.
Yeah, a little bit of smoky, yeah. Got a question from Mel. He would like to know what cider is available at the Portland Beer Festival. So we have 4 real ciders. Only wants to know about sweet ones, does Mel?
Yeah.
Okay. We have Snail's Bank Raspberry Ripple, which is a real favourite with the Portland regulars. Also, Pear and Chili from Broad Oak, which has a real kick to it. It nearly blew my head off. And Fruit Bat from Snail's Bank as well, which I can only describe as alcoholic Ribena. We have a traditional cider as well, Mad Jack from Cockeyed.
So on the flavour of this, what are we getting? Definitely malty.
First of all, you do get a bit more hoppiness sort of at the end, yeah. So.
I'm getting a sort of toffee coffee.
Yeah, there's that sweetness and toffee in there.
Yeah. So if anyone needs a clue as to which beer this is, the brewer is named after the hop.
Brewery or the brewer?
The beer.
The brew after the hop. That wouldn't be anything to do with the moon landing, would it?
It could be, you know.
So this beer was brewed as a festival special initially at the beer festival last time we were out.
This is the Rocket Apollo.
It may be.
It is indeed.
Interesting. I just had it something. And the pint was quite.
I just had a pint of that when I came in, and the pint was distinctly better. I think possibly because I was having bigger mouthfuls.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of makes the difference on it. Is I'm sipping this where I was drinking the pint,
Yeah, it's not,
and,
it's not a
and
sipping beer.
it's not a sipping beer. No, it's definitely a pint beer.
That's good, we can sell more of it.
Yeah.
The older, when you get the glasses make a difference because I didn't have very good condition in my first beer, whereas yours was straight on that table.
Right. David, would you like to tell us about Rocket Ale's Apollo?
It uses mostly Maris Otter pale ale malt with a small amount of amber in it, and that's probably where you're getting the malty, toffee, caramel, and maybe a bit of smokiness that somebody described. It's 3.9. It's really a session ale, and it uses the Apollo hop, which is classified as an American super high alpha acid hop, which is normally used for bittering. But since we're Rocket Ales and since we made it on the 50th anniversary of the moon landings, how could we resist using Apollo hops and using them late in the brewing process to see what sort of flavour came out? As was said earlier, it's definitely different in the smaller glasses, and I will say I didn't actually recognise it. So there you go.
Sorry, you did recognise it.
Didn't. Thanks.
I do have to say, having as I had a pint of it when I came in. The condition looked completely different to how it's appeared in the small glass. The flavour is slightly different as well. So there's definitely more of it being served as a proper sized pint and as a quaffing beer rather than being walked across for a couple of minutes. I think
Waiting for that word, quaffing.
We like coffee.
Yeah. Yeah, there's something definitely to be said for the size of a taster. I don't think you can really gauge a beer by a really small taster. I think you need at least a half pint to truly get the characteristics.
Well, you know what to do about that then.
Yes.
We haven't been closed in 6 months.
Yeah, we do need to make some money.
A free tasting event. I must say though, I actually prefer the flavour of that one to the first one. I do like Colchester beers, but that last one is kind of more my palate.
There was a bit more to it, I think.
Yeah.
More complex.
Yeah.
Oh, good word.
All right, what do you think?
Keep going, folks, I'm liking this.
Obviously, with the maltiness, that adds depth as well,
Yeah.
which gives you that sort of longer on the palate, and not having the bittering as well. Because it's not quite as bitter as the first one. It's a lot more rounded, which is nice.
As you know, David, I'm a big fan of your Titan IPE. It's probably the best one that I've had from yourself. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, the Titan, which is regretfully not on here for some strange and wonderful reason, was copied from a recipe for an India export porter. And the story goes that there was just as much porter exported to India as there was India Pale Ale. India Pale Ale was drunk by the Hossifers gentlemen, and they all wrote home about it in their memoirs and their notes. Porter was drunk by the troops because the army didn't want them drinking gin, and you never really heard about that. But just as much was exported. The Titan's 4.4, and really I just chucked a lot of hops at it. It uses it uses black malt and brown malt to give the depth of flavour. Yeah, so the next time there's some on here, I'm sure Sam will invite you all down again. Thanks.
Not for a free taste. As Chris distributes our next taster, I've got a question from Rob. Is it common for beers to taste different in different glasses? As we just spoke about, the size of a taster truly, changes the characteristics, in my opinion. But the size and the shape of a glass can affect certainly the aroma and the taste. Peter.
Yeah, and also what we've adopted at the beer festival at Cambridge in recent years, and a lot of other places is doing thirds as well as halves.
Yes.
So that's probably about the minimum you want as a taster. You need to get into the beer really. Because your first sip won't always give you the flavour. That just conditions the mouth.
Yeah.
And then from there you get the flavour on the second or third. So you got one.
David, I've had a question come through from Anthony. Rocket Hills is an interesting brewery name. Is there a story behind it? Have they been brewing for long?
I suppose the story behind it is we were looking for a name which wasn't tied to a location, so that if we had to move around as a result of expanding or having to change premises, we wouldn't also have to change the name of the brewery. We're also looking for a name which we could use kind of like themed, so all our beers are named after some sort of rocket-propelled vehicle or device. And if my memory serves me correctly, we started in 2017, moved down to Great Staunton about a year or so after that, and we've been trading ever since. Most of our output goes to Cambridgeshire and around free houses. We don't bottle an awful lot. That's something we might need to consider in future. I hope that's a good enough answer. Thanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, David.
Do you keg as well as cask? No. All cask.
There's a creature called a tortoise. Yes. I imitated one of those. I went into my shell and went into hibernation.
Has everyone got their fourth taster? Third taster, sorry, again. It's gone straight to the end.
Okay, so appearance on this one. Any comments on the colour? I'll put it down as a dark amber stoke chestnut, but and how about the clarity of it?
Fortunately for me, there's a bit of haze in it, and it was in the rocket nails as well, so I'm not too disappointed.
There is a bit of haze in there.
Not that I've been told.
Conditions okay. I think it'd be better if it poured straight from the tap into the glass. Obviously, it's been transferred into smaller glasses, so it will lose a bit in the transference. So on the aroma then, one thing's hitting me straight away. Yeah. And a little piney.
Rosehip. Nice.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear what they're saying, but raspberries. Fruity.
It is fruity, yeah. Fruity and piney all at the same time.
Chris, I have a feeling you might recognise this one. You might recognise this. Sorry? Well, no.
So on the taste then, initially it seems it was a big punch straight away of what seemed like American hops.
Yeah, there's citrus in there.
Yeah.
Might even be citron.
Could be completely wrong, but I might be getting a bit of chillus as well.
Definitely hoppy, I just don't know what hop.
I think citron is a bit more obvious.
I think it's definitely sort of New World because they're much more punchy.
Yes.
I'm going for grapefruit on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a bit of grapefruit.
Definitely grapefruit.
Yeah.
Really gets the saliva down going, isn't it?
So I'm going for citron ball.
Ah. Obviously, knowing the other man's beer, you can.
Like a wild guess.
Has anyone else got any other guesses for the hops using this? There's 4 hops using this.
Okay. You're gonna list them out.
Would you like to know what the hops are?
Go on in.
Centennial,
Ah.
Mosaic, Cascade, Galaxy.
Sounds like some futuristic science.
Like an NES-based direction.
Like futuristic science.
Okay. Fruit and nut.
Yeah.
So can we have a word from the brewer about the beer?
As I may have hinted, this is from Papworth Brewery, and this is Red Kite.
What ABV?
4.5. Yeah, if you're up for it, Chris.
I should point out, because I don't want to infringe any trademarks, that it's not called Red Kite. It's called the beer formerly known as Red Kite.
And that says it on the pump.
We were thinking of changing the name when we found that one of the Scottish brewers had a trademark on Red Kite, and then Prince died, so it became our kind of it became our sort of nod to him. And then, but it's amazing how many people say, yeah, but what's it actually called now? And you say, well, it's called the beer formerly called Red Kite. And they say, yeah, but what's it called now? So it misses the humour buds of some people, but it was named after. I nearly crashed my car on the A1 after getting dive bombed by a red kite. And I was brewing the beer that weekend, and I was driving to my job in Peterborough at the time, and this huge thing sort of dive bombed something on the side of the road. I nearly crashed the car, and then got into work and relayed the story, and my office mate just said, "Oh yeah, that'd be a red kite. There's loads of them around here," and that became the name of the beer. So
wow,
boring story, but
no, it was great. I mean, sorry about nearly crashing the car, but
no, I didn't crash the car, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But it was
you got a good beer out of it.
It certainly woke me up. Let's put it that way.
So I seem to remember this pub was very often on in the hotline. It's quite a regular in the hotline. This beer used to be.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've had it several times in the past. Yeah.
Excellent. That would have been Wiggy's department ordering the beers for the hotline.
I think it's the first time I tried it actually in the hotline.
Yeah.
Oh, we've had it on a beer festival as well.
Oh, very good.
Taste this, guys.
Yes, I think it's the first beer I've got from Brewer Brewery, and I will certainly be ordering more.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think you would probably use the glass and the
So beer number 4 is coming around.
Yeah, I guess there's so many options in it. Yeah.
So where are we on appearance for this beer? Has everybody got theirs?
We're still waiting on. David, are you making a dirty half in that glass?
I've only just had the COVID. I really don't want to drink much.
No, that's fair. So I had some customers in this afternoon, and the gentleman described this beer as aimed at the youths.
Okay. Did it hit them?
I did not know.
No,
He said it's certainly not a traditional
No, it's not.
style beer.
No. Just wait for everybody to get their beer before we start discussing it. Come in now. Here we go. Everybody got their beer, yeah? So what do we think on the look of it? Yes, that's what we're here for. It's very, yeah. I've just put cloudy.
Yeah.
Let's have double.
This beer is unfined, so it's naturally hazy.
So yeah, I'd say cloudy. In fact, I can't see my thumb through it. Haze has gone out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah. Haze has left the building. Yeah, it's definitely cloudy. Yeah. Definite redness. I've been messing with mine for a bit. It's lost a bit of condition. Some of the latest ones, I just took loads of condition.
Is that all right? Who's Jack and his daddy now?
Very unusual nose. You're getting more stone fruit in that than
Stone fruit?
Yeah. Bit plummy, you know.
Plum? Okay. What is everyone else getting on the nose, guys?
Fruity.
Definitely.
Tropical fruit. Yeah. Sweetness.
100%, yeah.
Fruity ashtrays.
Say again, sorry? Yeah.
Yeah, there are orange notes in there.
Yeah.
It tastes more like a barley wine.
Yeah.
Quite alcoholic, quite thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Very
But definitely finishes resinous. Really hangs on the palate.
Oh, yeah.
With sweet, resiny alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, the alcohol certainly lingers. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely that soft, pillowy sort of when you get with wheat loaf. I hesitate to use the word mouthfeel because a lot of people get upset by that.
I can't think why.
So a lot of people have said fruity, tropical. Any specific fruits coming through?
Pineapple.
Pineapple?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a citrus note, but it's not developing any further.
Right.
Then there's straight away is the alcohol. Straight away that sort of big lump of stuff comes in, which is not unpleasant in any way, shape or form.
Certainly.
It packs the punch. It tastes strong.
Yes.
It's smooth.
I'm guessing it is.
Yeah, it is. So, ladies and gents, this is Midweek Bender from Neen Valley Brewery. Midweek Bender. I know it's a Tuesday, but you're around me a day.
So,
Neen Valley Brewery.
or if you're from Northampton like me, then Valley.
Well, they just had a competition, didn't they? Look, it was officially for the
Go and
next
have yourself a game of croquet, mate, and come back later.
So it's 7.4%. So those saying it tasted strong, yes it is. So the flavours are dark amber, deep malt, molasses, and candied orange.
Oh, well, we'll check that.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely. I think I was worried you looked at my cheat sheet because you were pretty much spot on. So malts used in this brew are Marisotta, Cara, and Munich, and the hops are Gloucester, Equinot, Simcoe, and Summit. And I think to be said about Neen Valley beers, they're all gluten-free.
Yep.
Very inclusive.
Sure what process you use when they strip it out and they start it out. Yeah.
I think I'm not absolutely sure. There's some sort of enzyme that will take the.
Yes. I know everything that they brew. Yeah. Yeah.
So they're using that to finish up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice beer. I like it.
So it can be a bit heavy, it's also clanging, isn't it?
Something comes through in the background, and whatever that note is, I don't like it. Maybe one of the faults.
And it's everyone's got different tastes. So,
But you know, it wouldn't take me too away from it. So well made beer.
yeah.
It's a nice beer. I'd be important to drink it.
So everyone's been watching that.
Yeah.
I don't think it's made for that. It's more for sipping, though, isn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
So you're saying you wouldn't have more than a pint of it in one go?
I'd probably stick to a half.
Stick to a half?
Yeah.
Yeah.
7.4%. You don't really want to be throwing out the pints down.
It's a night ender, not a night start.
Yeah. So got loads of flavours.
Absolutely.
Have you tried their Bible Black?
No, I haven't. That was the one I wanted to get in, but it was unavailable.
Yeah.
What else was in that?
Say again, David?
What was in it?
The hops.
No.
And the malts.
So it's Maris Otter, Cara and Munich malts, Cruster, Equinox, Simcoe and Summit hops.
Don't say rock car, does it?
No.
That covers a multitude of sins, Cara.
Right.
It goes from very light through to very dark.
Gotcha.
So, arguably, it's a form of crystal malt. It might be the Cara. Something in there.
All we're going dark.
You already know it's not mine.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Interesting, I'm also getting Germany. There is that build, yeah, it's nice to drink. It's definitely dry.
So as you can see, it's been a diverse range. We've gone from very pale golden to jet black.
With a bit of murk in the middle.
With a bit of murk.
Yeah, there's a bit of red to it as well if you hold it up to the light. So. So we discussed the look of it. What about the aroma? Bit of smoke?
Well, I've got a bit of smoke, I've got burnt, which I wasn't entirely surprised at given the colour of it. Fine, and a little bit of Germany.
Germany.
Yeah.
Seeing this.
I'm trying to, difficult to say that without it sounding bad, but there's a definite, well, I've got it further on the taste note about where I think it's come from, but there's that little almost like disinfectant. But that's not a bad thing.
Just hope it doesn't come through the taste.
Oh, it does. It comes through well. It's nice. It tastes like something I've had before, but not this beer.
Right. Okay.
There's a hint of vanilla aroma.
Hint of vanilla in the aroma.
Yeah, not so much in the taste, but in the aroma.
Although it is quite creamy. As well as being roasted, it's quite creamy as well.
We haven't heard much from you two guys. What are you feeling on the aroma? Meaty, yeah. No, it's not. Well, I guess you're a vegetarian. So you're getting the usual sort of stout aromas like coffee, smokiness, a little bit of dark chocolate, maybe. Yeah.
So there's a little bit of underlying sweetness there, but it's predominantly roast, predominantly smoked. Yeah.
Quite dry.
Yep.
Yeah, quite dry.
Again, it's
At the end.
Yes, it's got that, but nowhere near as pronounced. It's just a tiny little hint, which I'm guessing is coming from the roast. And it feels slightly over roasted to get it.
Yes, very good. Yeah, me too.
I have to confess, I think it's the second time I drank it today. I think it's sitting in that glass as well.
I wasn't going to change the range just because you ordered a pint of it with your dinner.
It's a very good beer. But these guys do a very good dark beer.
Yes, yeah.
They do a honey porter, it's very nice.
I haven't had the honey porter.
I recommend it. We think it's mild tree.
It's not the mild.
It's not the mild. Oh.
Yeah, right brewery, right beer.
No, I'd say it's mild tree.
It's Mighty Oak.
Mighty Oak, sorry. It's the one
I thought you said mild.
Yeah. The wrong tree.
How do you feel about the taste, guys? How do you feel about dark beers in the corner?
More of a fun about getting kind of a dark chocolatey kind of thing out of it.
No.
It wasn't as heavy on the palate as it was on the
Yeah, it's light for a stout.
What was that?
So this is Mighty Oak's Old Man and the Sea. It's 4.1.
Ooh, I was just not, I said I thought it was below 4. Yeah, sweets are 6.
It's got a lot of flavours, that's right.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a light but creamy stout. Brewed with an espresso coffee, dark chocolate, and a hint of dark fruit. The malts used are Marisosa, grapes and roast barley, and oats. And the hops are First Gold and Cascade. So I've just had a question come in from Anthony who asked, is there a theme behind how Packworth named their beers? I'll try and get Chris's attention at some point and we'll get that question answered. Chris. I've had a question come through online. Is there a theme behind how Packworth named their beers?
Yes, it's random.
It's random.
Depends what
yeah.
Chris was doing when he nearly crashed his car.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's a story to all the beer names. They're not random, but the stories are random. And actually on the website, there's quite a detailed explanation of most of them. Because I got really bored one Sunday afternoon during lockdown. Thought I better document this for.
Where can people find your website?
Papworthbrewery.com.
There we are. You're welcome.
Finish that now on the same week.
Beer chat, so yeah, that's we'll make this a regular event. Beer chat with
I mean, there's an opportunity for a podcast. Yeah. Well, we already buy beer from Crafty Beers. Yeah.
Sam, did you hear what Steve said?
No.
It'd be a podcast.
The Portcast.
Yeah.
So we're just waiting for Chris to bring around our final beer. Is there any highlights, any beers sticking out as favourites so far? Midweek Vendor, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's nothing to do with the fact that those brewers are here, but actually the second and the third have been my favourites so far.
Thank you.
The first one, I liked it. I didn't feel like it was anything overly complex or different. The fourth one I really didn't like. That wasn't to my taste at all. And that last one, I liked it, but I could probably only do one. So yeah. Yeah. One Birkin at a time.
So Haley, I remember having a beer tasting session with you, and you were very much under the impression that you didn't like dark beers until you tried some of our dark beers.
And now I tend to go more for the darker ones than the light ones. Yeah, I'm a very big fan of reds. I do like the red reds. Yeah.
Not redheads.
Not redheads, no.
So yeah, I think there is a preconception certainly with the youth of today, that dark beers is more of a traditional, maybe an old man thing, but as people actually give them a go, they find that there's a lot of flavour, and they do actually like dark beers.
I think the light hoppy ones are the gateway drug into
Yes.
darker beers, yeah.
100%.
But then one experience of working on the bar at the beer festival is that you probably get some people in that not really tried much ale, and they go for a lighter beer because they think it's going to be fruity, but then they get the bitterness, puts them off.
Yeah.
Start them on a mild, which is quite sweet. Ignore the colour of it, just try it, and they get the sweet and the creaminess of it, and that can also, introduce people to beer in that way.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned milds, and we just had Mighty Oaks, Old Man and the Sea.
Yep.
We do. Thank you, Chris. We're also having on our bar Oscar Wild, which is Mighty Oaks Dark Mild, which is very popular.
It's been around a while, that beer. It's quite pretty good.
Yeah, it's won all sorts of awards.
Yeah.
So has everyone got their final beer?
Yeah.
So again, it's nice and dark, jet black with, I'd say, with a hint of red.
Yep.
You'd have to work to get the hit of red. I just shot the light on the torch into it and I can't see it from the other side.
It's quite heavily raisiny.
Raisiny?
Yeah.
I would even go as far as to say chocolate coated raisins. I've had them since I was a kid.
Yeah, and there's a big fruitiness in there, and it's tasting like a cask aged, barrel aged thing rather than having been put in.
So you're getting like raisins, plums, dates, that sort of thing. Yeah.
Dry fruit, dry dark fruits. Yeah, very nice.
Bit of aniseed, yeah, definitely. I was just thinking someone to put a black
Definitely feels infused, or like it's been drawn out of wood.
Could be.
You know.
Any more notes on the aroma?
Very boozy.
Yes, it's a bit boozy.
Yeah.
It's not midweek bender boozy.
No, probably around 6.5. Can't see that from over here.
So the flavour hit me initially, like straight away.
Almost like a bit of rum.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of rum there. Like a rum cask.
But it's definitely, I don't think it's the malt that's giving you that flavour though.
Yeah.
I don't detect the dark malt in that at all. There's not enough for me.
It's a bit difficult because the alcohol tastes slightly higher in the alcohol stage than the one before, and it's whether or not it's that's giving you that push towards the rum notes, or whether you've just got that dark fruit as well that's kind of pushing it in. But yeah, it's definitely a proper bottle, and it's one of those ones that you'd be more than happy to have a couple of halves of through the evening, but probably have a second one.
Yes, certainly not a second.
Again, you probably wouldn't want a pint of it. And it is more pleasant sipping that than it is glugging it, you know?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, please don't down it.
Yeah, I think
it would be a waste.
Because it's sweet and it's fruity and it's sharp and it's bitter too. I think the whole thing really makes it very drinkable.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good elements in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Any more notes on the taste, guys?
I think Sam was just looking at the sharpness of that. It's quite apt.
We're thinking balsamic vinegar.
Balsamic vinegar.
Yeah, it's like stone fruit soaked in balsamic kind of. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Almost a bit Marmite.
Bit Marmite? Yeah.
Not as in you never want to hate it.
I mean, I wouldn't have it on toast.
No.
So there's a burn flavour there.
Yeah, a bit of a burnt flavour, definitely.
We were saying like when you get bonfire coffee, like party cake, that kind of sugary.
Great on bonfire.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's dead, yeah, thank you.
Richard Brown just said great on bonfire.
So time to reveal all.
Yeah, ladies and gents, your final beer is Obsidian Order from Oak. Yeah. It's a
complete removal from what they normally do.
well, exactly. Yeah. That's why I wanted to get it in.
I'm slightly disappointed.
6.2%.
6.2. We've been playing the ABV.
Yeah. So it's a double black IPA. The hops used are Citra and Chinook, and the malts are Maris Otter, Crystal Extra Dark, Black Malt, Wheat Malt, Dark Crystal Malt, and Red Rye Crystal.
All about the malts, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, I mean, everyone knows Oakham is all about the hops.
Yeah.
So,
completely party.
Yeah, it's good. It's refreshing.
Question for Brewer, because I was really looking forward to Black IPA, hoping that this wasn't it, because I enjoy that. I was expecting more hoppiness from a Black IPA, and what is a Black IPA? I mean,
an oxymoron.
I was expecting the dark beer with a bit more hoppiness. I love a Citra, you know, a Citra hop, and I was.
For me, if you take IPA, it stands for India Pale Ale. How can you have a black India Pale Ale?
Yeah.
It doesn't exist.
Like I say, it should be called IPA.
Some people prefer the term Cascadian Black because obviously it's a hoppy black beer.
But even then, to me, the black malt doesn't come through. I mean, if you drank that blindfold, you couldn't tell it was a dark beer.
No, exactly.
That's the point.
But you definitely get a lot of the heavy stones, heavy dried fruit. You can get strong dark beer as well as the hoppy. I don't think you need to bring that and keep
We've just had a question come through. How can people get hold of one of the beer festival glasses? They are available at the Portland Dance. We're selling them for £2. £1 goes to our chosen charity, Cambridge Food Bank.
Where else can we get
Where else can we get the glasses, Peter?
Oh yeah, so where else can we get them? Apparently, yeah, available on the website. The Cambridge Beer Festival website, you can get them. Didn't know that, sorry. Oh, and apparently from Simon Cider. Okay, that's all the beers we've gone through now. Anything else we need to discuss?
Don't think so.
So how long is the beer festival going on for here?
We're running it until Bank Holiday Monday.
Yep.
So 7 days.
Yep. And are you just running those beers as you got, or are you going to top any up?
We do have 2 reserves.
Yep.
Yeah. So we will have a full range.
Plenty available.
Yes.
Yep. And I can recommend the food.
Oh, thank you very much.
Very nice.
What did you have, Peter?
I had a black and blueberry.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. Probably nothing for my taste buds, but goes straight into a beer tasting, but it's very nice.
Yeah, Nate does amazing burgers.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what else have we got on? Burgers, pizzas?
Yeah, we do stone-baked pizzas from Barrel and Stone.
Yep.
We also have your traditional pub grub fish and chips, ham and eggs.
Very good.
Oh, we're also doing a cheese platter.
Oh.
So, yeah.
In the true sense of the beer festival?
Exactly. We want to recreate as much as possible the beer festival experience.
I see sausage rolls there.
Yeah, we have sausage rolls. We're doing the traditional Cambridge Beer Festival cheese platter.
Excellent.
So 3 cheeses, a bit of bread, a bit of chutney. Yeah. Okay, that was my idea.
Excellent. Cheers. Socially distanced drinking.
Yes, yeah. Make the noise.
That was a good selection. It went in the right order. Are we tied up now? Yeah. So thanks for logging in and joining us. Sorry you couldn't enjoy the beers as much as we did, but hope it's been informative. And
Even
we'll
though
see.
you couldn't enjoy them with us right now, swing on by the Portland and
Exactly.
you can enjoy them with us.
All of the beers we tried tonight are available in the pub right now.
Ladies and gents, thank you for attending today. It's been a real pleasure. I hope you've enjoyed it. And we're just signing off the live feed right now.
Well done.